Well, we're excited for Pastor's message happening in just a few minutes here as we're starting a new series this weekend. And it's been kind of crazy the past few months, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of things that we're experiencing that could lead to some brokenness in our lives. And that's why we're titling this series, Rebuilding the Broken. What's broken in your life right now? Are you feeling crushed by financial situations happening right now, as a lot of people are? Are you strained in your relationships and they're beginning to break? Is your trust in God perhaps broken right now? I mean, we could probably go through a list of like 100 different things where we might be broken in our lives right now. And there was a man called Nehemiah, and Nehemiah was broken. He was crushed in a place, all these things that were happening around him at that time. But rather than staying in that place, he used what God had given him, and he leaned into God to go and build that wall in Jerusalem that had been broken. And that was an impossible feat at that time. But with God, all things are possible, and we do not have to remain broken anymore, and we can go rebuild where we're at right now in all things in life. So let's take this journey over the next 4 weeks together with Nehemiah. Pastor's going to lay out the blueprint that we see Nehemiah working through and rebuilding and restoring the lives of the things around him. And we're going to do some fun and great things along in this series as well. In these videos, we're going to see stories from servant leaders in our own church who are rebuilding the broken, not only in their lives, but in the lives of others. So let's take a look at episode 1 of This Is How We Rebuild the Broken. So it's been a quick minute since I've seen you guys. Give us a quick synopsis the past few months. Other people haven't seen you guys as much as well. What's been going on with the Martins?
Okay, so business, it's been challenging. We had to lay some people off and move people out of the office. So I got people working at satellite, which makes it a little more difficult. Work stayed steady. Praise Jesus.
Yes, as Ray goes off to work, I'm stuck at home with 2 teenagers and almost 16-month-old at home. So there is challenges, most definitely. There is challenges in keeping the teenagers busy, active, and also doing the milestones of any babies.
We're all living under some crazy circumstances right now. With that being said, you guys on top of that lead Celebrate Recovery at Champion Life Church, and you guys have been doing that for some time now. Just explain, the aspects of when you first come into CR, and where you guys are at now in that process.
Broken. I came broken. I was a mess. I thought I was okay. I thought I was, clean and sober, but I had some issues, some character defects, very broken.
Well, I came in a little different. I really did not want to be in Celebrate Recovery. I had no desire. I was like, okay, I'll help people. You do you, Ray. And little did I know is I needed it just as much as Ray needed it.
What in this whole thing drives you guys to lead this ministry? What is the motivating factor for you guys?
Honestly, I started in our celebration place, which is our kids. And at that time, there was a lot of broken, hurting kids. Didn't know how to process their emotions. And we're talking from kindergarten all the way to high school.
Being broken, we recognized how the church took care of our kids, and we just want to be a part of that. I think you got into the children's ministry right away.
Yes.
I think we all have a deep desire to help. I think that's why I came to Celebrate Recovery and recognized that I still needed to refine Ray before I could actually lead people, right? And so getting through some of this stuckness that I had, my brokenness, and basically it was me. I was stuck on some pride and just stubbornness.
So we're studying through the book of Nehemiah, and we see a man who mourned for his city. It was in desolation. The wall was broken. And he said, God, what can we do? What can we do with this? And it can be so overwhelming to see brokenness all around us, and we don't know what to do. How do you guys respond to that?
Knowing God will get us through.
Right.
That's kind of why we get through. When we get through, we lean into God. His grace is greater than anything. You put His grace up at anything, and it's bigger, it's greater.
But it's just like what Pastor said this week, is God's the same today, yesterday, and forever.
Keeps His promises.
And that's something that we can hold on to. So yes, in this broken world, can we still rely on Jesus?
Amen.
Absolutely. And he will show us a way and get us through it, like he has through many obstacles in the Bible.
What is some practical stuff that you guys do on a day-to-day basis that allows you to stay whole yourself and then be able to pour into others?
For me, it's a personal relationship with Jesus. I just have to have that. I love having a relationship with him, and he's always there. And I just make an effort to have that with him. So for me, it's just having a relationship with Jesus. Obviously, I have mentors. I need people in my life
Right.
to kind of confirm what I'm praying
Right.
about and
Mhm.
speaking about, and
Exactly.
that's what I kind of do.
Exactly.
No doubt there's somebody listening to and watching us right now that in some area of their life they're broken. What can you say to them right now that will give them hope?
God loves you. He loves you so much. So whatever you're going through, whatever it is, know that he knows. And he's waiting for you to say, help me. Help me get through this, please. He hears us. Being a part of something bigger than ourselves is important. Giving of ourselves replenishes our, let's say, our source is being depleted if we're serving or giving others. And know that broken people are hurt, but understanding that
Yeah.
God put me there with them for a reason.